I've got my baffle in today as I'm taking it down the shop. So I don't want them all to be deafened and get pissed off by my exhaust, so I've put the baffle in. Or maybe that's what they like. Maybe they like baffles being out. Maybe I should ask them. Get out of the way. I don't want more damage to my bike, please. She's sustained enough damage over the past week after possibly the most trivial, hilarious crash in the entire history of motorbiking ever. So evidently I've had a crash, which I have. Clearly it isn't that bad if I'm riding my bike. The speed I was doing at the time, 15 to 20 miles an hour, right? 15 to 20 miles an hour. The road surface was wet, but it wasn't raining. Went over, I don't even know what I went over. I was too shocked to look afterwards at the road surface where I went down. All I wanted to do was just leave, because it happened right virtually inside my work, so I was a bit embarrassed as well and stuff, so I just wanted to get out of there as soon as possible. I probably had about 2 degrees of lean on. For one thing, the crash bobbin instantly fucking got ripped off, so that's just great. 15 mile an hour and the crash bobbin comes off, so what's the fuck's the point in having a crash bobbin? I mean, you know, there wasn't anything wrong with the crash bobbin itself. It actually got ripped out of its own thread on the left hand gusset under the fairing. Absolute piss take. So naturally the left side panel is all fucked. But then, to make things more enjoyable, the left wing mirror, the left indicator, basically everything on this side of the bike towards the front is all scraped up and or cracked. So I'm gonna go ahead and assume oil or diesel, because I can't really envision anything else. Even a drain cover wouldn't have done that to me, because that was just ridiculous, that crash. I was going so slowly, and I've ended up with so much damage, and the very fact that it did that to me anyway is ridiculous, let alone the damage it caused. At least it wasn't on my right side, because I've just had my I just installed my new exhaust the other day, so that would have just been grey. About £2,200 worth of damage happened. Yep, £2,200 from a 15 mile an hour oil induced low side, I guess you could call it. So yeah, you can imagine I'm really fucking pissed off, because my beautiful new bike that I've had for only about 4 months now has been ruined down the left side and incurred £2,200 worth of damage within 20 foot of sliding. So I went to Yamaha today and ordered a few bits. I've started off with a left hand wing mirror and a left hand indicator, as well as the left hand engine gusset, which is in between the engine and the fairing that the crash bobbin connects to. Let's overtake this guy, I've had enough. Doesn't need to be a high speed overtake. That's £120 just there, what I've just said. 3 things, 120 quid. So we'll move on to other stuff as the months go by, because I can't afford to whack it all in now, because I just bought a new set of gear as well for about 450 quid or something, £400. So I bought some leathers for the summer, because the gear I've got on now is just way too warm for the summer. My rucker jacket, even with the lining out, I'm sweating my balls off from about 15 degrees C and above. It's mental. So fucking warm, it's ridiculous. It really is a winter jacket made for riding in wet, cold conditions. It's full Gore-Tex. Oh yeah, that's damaged a little bit as well. It's got the odd tear on the belly, because I landed on my belly, I think. So yeah, I'll pull over in a minute maybe and show you the damage. Show you where all the costs come from. That wasn't including labour, by the way. Music off.
Music off.
Right, here we go. So, let's see. What caused £2,200 worth of damage? Obviously the crash, but I mean, like, what has been damaged? starting from the front, the left wing mirror, the glass is all out, and this is all scratched up, and this is all fucking scratched up, and so that's the wing mirror. Scratching on the end of the clutch lever there, scratching on the end of the bar, on the bar end. And then you've got fucking crack here going across the upper fairing, headlight housing, and big lovely scratches there. Little scratch on that bit of plastic, little scratch on that bit of plastic. Big scratch going down this fake air duct thing. And then the indicator's missing its glass. There's a tiny scratch on the front fender. Only a little scratch. And the rest of this I won't replace for at least a long while. The big side fairing there has got a great big scrape going here and then here. And then the crankcase is all fucking scraped up nicely. There's a little dent on the fuel tank. The side stand got a bit bent up, but I rebent that into shape. The gear shifter also got bent up, but I rebent that into shape. The the lean sensor, or whatever it's called, this bobbly thing to tell you when you're leaning so far that you're touching the floor, that's got a big scrape on it. The centre stand's got a tiny scrape on it. The rear pillion peg bracket, which is this great big thing, that has a couple of scrapes there. The pillion handle has a scrape. The rear indicator has a scrape. I think that's it really. Oh, and the tank has a little, I think I said that already, the tank's got a little dent. Missing a little bolt here. So yeah, from a 15-mile-an-hour crash, didn't do too badly, did it? It pretty much had the most amount of damage possible caused to it. Oh yeah, and the handlebar is also apparently been a tiny bit deformed. But there's nothing I'm doing about that, because these grips are £80 Oxford hot grips, and I'd have to cut them off if I'm replacing the handlebars. So yeah, I think we know where we stand on that one. Anyway, let's go.